Chapter 24. Sam sat next to her father in the soccer bleachers. Calling this moment awkward felt like saying walking in on your parents having sex is momentously inconvenient. Both of them seemed to be blankly watching her sisters run up and down the field, not knowing which team led or who scored what. When JT's extra long afternoon nap seemed to kick in more energy than her mother could manage, they wandered off somewhere in the direction of the concession stand, Lisa Flynn letting him toddle at full speed back and forth as she slowly followed. She looked very tired. "Mom said it's been a pretty rough afternoon." The silence now broken. Sam did not want to have this conversation right here, right now. People sat within earshot. Sam took a quick survey and realized no one sat particularly close, probably avoiding JT's wild bleacher antics. "Yes, sir." That's all she had. She knew she needed to talk to him. He served as the vice principal at the high school, and his daughter sat showcased for all to see as the latest community scandal. The enormity of the situation hit her like an anvil from the Roadrunner cartoon. "I'm sorry, Dad," was all that would come out. Sorry for what? He sat determined not to make this easy for her, didn't he? "The whole Aubrey situation?" Sam mumbled. "Oh, I thought we'd already talked about that." Sam wrestled with her confusion. Men really were impossible to talk to. The whole telling everybody going to the bonfire was really my idea thing. Natalie and Steve told me today, and Mom said you and Mr. Tennis talked." She regretted immediately bringing that up because his jaw did that clenching thing. "I know you must be really embarrassed." Sam tried to salvage this situation. "Because you're a principal and all, and now your scandalous child has disgraced you by leading Aubrey Tennis to her near death." Sam's attempt at sarcastic humor proved truly lame, and she wasn't sure why she was struggling to do it. "Is that what you really think, Sam? Is that I'm embarrassed?" "Well, aren't you?" She looked at her dad and was surprised to see no hardness or anger in his eyes at all. She had no idea what she saw. A look, almost like relief, passed over his face. "Samantha." Oh no, not the full name again. "Being a principal's kid, it's kind of like being a preacher's kid. Everyone holds you to a higher standard. People talk and gossip for a while, but then something else happens and the gossip train moves on to the next station. I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me, but everyone who really knows you, and knows Aubrey, for that matter, knows the truth. But that doesn't change the situation at all. You made an incredibly bad decision and are extremely lucky to have come out of it with nothing more than a few stitches. And I'm okay with being grounded for life." This time the sarcastic humor worked better. Why'd she do that? She just couldn't stand the serious tone her dad always took. "So, tell me about Brandon." He did not make a request. "There's nothing to tell, honest." Her dad's gaze seemed like some type of molten lava that she simply wanted to run away from as quickly as possible. "We talk sometimes, but he hasn't asked me out if that's what you're wondering. I see him at school and at church, and I like him. But—" "Were you meeting him at the bonfire?" her dad interrupted. Sam wanted to get defensive. She felt anger hop up and bite her in the butt like the bullet from Forrest Gump. "No." Sam must have been a little too defensive in her tone because the look on her dad's face snapped instantly to the "warning, danger ahead" mode. I don't know if he was there or not." Sam altered her tone. "Aubrey said he might be there, and that's how she convinced me to come over and spend the night." "So, Brandon Holliday did play some role in this whole fiasco." He didn't ask it like a question. He made it a statement. One of her dad's famous "it's my way or the highway" statements. How could somebody claim to be this super Christian, teach Sunday school, go to church every time Sam turned around, and be so damn judgmental? There came the curse words flowing into Sam's brain again. But he was judgmental. He always thought he had all the right answers, and he never listened to anybody else's opinions. Me and her dad pissed her off. Sam screamed, "He pisses me off," in her brain. Her dad just made her so angry. This was not Brandon's fault. Brandon Holiday was a great guy. He was a much better Christian than her dad. Anger sliced, and he sliced. Each tentacle's razor whipped through the bleachers, the metal, like butter. Sam felt her father tense beside her. He sat up straight, a little too quickly. Sam looked at him, daring him to criticize Brandon again. If he wanted a fight, she was going to give him a fight. His judgment would not fall on Brandon, not like he judged everybody else. Mr. Flynn looked straight ahead, not at his daughter. His back went rigid, his eyes slits, his jaw set in that look of battle determination. The same look that Sam had seen on her mother's face just a little while before in the car at the Quick Trip. Confused, Sam followed his gaze, and she saw what he looked at. Dustin Drake and Nathan Zorn. Nathan stared directly at her father. His gaze didn't waver, but locked on her father as if some epic battle raged between them. Sam felt like she'd been victory dumped, the bucket of ice-cold water poured out upon her after a team's win, the cold liquid dripping down her face and onto her shoulders. Dustin walked a few paces behind Nathan, hands in pockets, hood up, staring blankly at the ground, defeated, no fight in him at all. Sam felt like this stare down between Nathan and her father lasted an eternity. Nathan and Dustin walked in slow motion, a prince of goth glory followed by his trusty minion gliding down the sidelines of life on their way to Goth Court, where all the other dark nobles waited. Sam's father sat motionless as if he perched in the watchtower, waiting to see if the passing retinue proved friend or foe. As if on cue, Nathan Zorn smiled. 2 perfect rows of icy white.